Hey, what's going on, everybody? On my journey home on the highway, a lot of traffic as usual. Got about an hour to go. So I decided to do a little video because it's something I thought about. Now, I was watching a podcast today, and there was a young lady on there saying what she's not going to do for 2023. She basically was just talking about as far as dating. Shout out to my boy Charles in Charge podcast. That's where I saw the video at. And she was basically saying if a guy invite her out and say, let's meet up for coffee, she's not doing that. If a guy said, hey, let's go to the park, go for a walk, she's not doing that. She's not a dog. If he said, hey, when you come over, I'll cook you dinner, she's not doing that. You could be the next Jeffrey Dahmer. I understand that. I get that point there if you don't want to come over. But it made me start thinking how a lot of these women feel so entitled. It's the man's job. So the only way for me to get, and basically what I'm getting from her, the only way for me to get to know her is for me to take her out to a fancy restaurant, spend my money to get to know you. And that's the only way I could get to know you. If I don't take you out to dinner and feed your hungry hippo ass, I can't get to know you. You don't know how to cook? You don't know how to cook? You don't know how to feed your damn self? The only way that I can get to know you is by me taking you out and taking you out to dinner. In that case right there, I'm thinking to myself,
caution, toll booth.
Sorry, on the highway. You're not worrying about us getting to know each other. You're watching my pocket because the only way that I could be interested in you or you be interested in me is if I'm taking you out to some fancy restaurant and stuff like that. That's the only way I can get to know you. I can't say to you, hey, you know what? How about we meet for coffee tomorrow? Because maybe I'm busy at work. Maybe I'm working a lot and I just don't have the time right now. I got a big project going on at the job. Don't want to be out late because I have to get up, whatever. Okay, let's meet at the park. What's wrong with that? And fellas, I'm talking to you now. Don't let these women shame you because you're not willing and you say, I don't need to take you to a fancy damn restaurant and shit just to get to know you. I could get to know you by me and you grabbing a coffee, walking and having a talk, going to the park, having a walk. If you're going to tell me that the only way I could get to know you is for me to take you out and feed your hungry hippo ass, bye. Bye. And that's what the problem is with a lot of these females. Not all of them, but a lot of them, they feel that you have to do this. You have to take them out to here. Oh, they only eat here. You got to take them to this restaurant. Well, maybe my ass want to take you to Denny's. It's free. Shut up, sit back and eat the meal. If that ain't good enough for you, I know where your head is at because you're not trying to get to know me. The point is, I'm paying. I'm paying. I don't need to take you to a restaurant to get to know you. If I say I'll cook dinner for you, what's wrong with that? I'm a damn good cook. I know that for a fact. And I cook. I don't eat out like that. I cook. But it just kind of made me think how entitled a lot of these women are, that they feel that you got to take them here, you got to take them there. And the only way for you to get to know them is for you to go out and spend your money. But I'm thinking to myself, ladies, imagine if I say to you, well, my motto is, I'm not taking no woman out and feeding her unless she come over and let me spread them cheeks. You would feel real offended that I said that to you, right? you would feel real offended that I said that to you, that I need to, you need to come over and do a little something, so I could get to know you a little better, see what that's about before I go invest in my time and my money in there. You would find that offensive that I said that to you. So what's wrong with a man saying, hey, let's go grab a coffee? Hey, let's go for a walk in the park so we can talk and get to know each other a little bit better. The only way I can get to know you is by me feeding you. If you're hungry, just say you're hungry. If you're looking for a free meal, just say you're looking for a free meal. But don't tell me what I have to do. That the only way I can get to know you is by me going and taking you out and spending money to feed you. I ain't your daddy. Not yet anyway, but still. I'm just saying, it's a double standard. I've been across a few women in my life that it impressed me so bad. I mean, so much. It impressed me that even though I'm trying to get to know these women didn't have no problem with saying, hey, I got this. How about I take you out? How about I take you out? She also had a problem with a guy saying that, how about you let me know certain spots and all of that. Maybe I don't know the restaurants. Maybe I'm not out there like you are and you know all the restaurants and all the places to go. So what's wrong if I'm trying to get to know you, and at the end of the day, if I ask you, hey, where would you like to go? I don't think that's something that you should find offensive, that I'm not willing to put any effort. Maybe I don't know. I live in a part of my state that where I moved to, I don't know all the places. I don't know the city. I moved out there, never been there before, and I moved there. So I don't know. It doesn't mean that I'm not putting in effort to get to know you. It just means that, okay, I met you out here.
Caution, toll booth.
I'm telling you, will not shut up. It just means that, hey, you know what? I don't know the city like that. I don't know all the good spots. So I'm asking for your opinion, but that's what it is with a lot of these women. They're so entitled. They want you to do everything and they don't have to do anything except show up and look good. Fellas, don't let these women shame you into going out and spending all your money, taking them to these fancy restaurants and all of that crap there. If you want to take a woman out and you say, hey, let's go grab some coffee, that's what you want to do. If she don't want to do that, screw her. Screw her. You ain't getting nothing from her. Because like I said, if you said, hey, how about we meet up and you let me see what them cheeks do? She would be offended that you say that. But she has no problem with you going above and beyond for her. Because she's got this entitlement mentality that you need to do this. You're the man. One of the most attractive things for me is to see a woman come out and say, I got this. I pay for this. I pay for your drink. That alone right there is going to make me like, nah, ma, I got this. I invited you out. How about you get the next one? That's attractive, but the majority of these females, they think all they need to do is dress up and look good, because those are the ones that all they have to offer is their body. They don't have nothing else to offer, and they feel entitled that you have to do this because you're the man. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with you meet a nice young lady, you want to take her out to dinner, it's your choice. But don't make her make you feel like you have to do this, what she wants, as if what you think, what you feel doesn't matter. Sorry about the sun, guys. Like I said, I'm on the highway. But it was just crazy watching that video and hearing how this young lady talk, that if you meet a man Y'all vibing, y'all trying to get to know each other, and he says, hey, let's meet up for coffee tomorrow. You feel offended by that he says, let's meet up for coffee. He has to take you out to dinner. He said, hey, let's meet at the park tomorrow. Let's go for a walk. You're offended by that. Why? Because you feel entitled. You feel that the only way, because think about it. That's basically what you're saying. The only way that I can get to know you is if I go out there and spend my money on a fancy restaurant and take you out to dinner. That's the only way I can show you that I'm interested in you. I'm trying to get to know you. Bullshit. Don't let women shame you for what you do. You work for your money. And ladies, at the end of the day, I'm not having a problem with you having certain standards, but the point is, if you're trying to get to know someone and they say, hey, let's go grab a coffee, let's go for a walk, blah, blah, blah. If you're that stuck up that you feel that the only way that this man can get to know you is by him taking you out to a fancy restaurant, maybe the problem is not him, it's you. Because that alone tells me a lot about you. That alone tells me a lot about you. You want to see if I'm going to spend a bunch of money on you because that's how I need to impress you. I'm willing to go out and spend a bunch of money on you to take you out for a fancy
Caution,
meal.
toll booth.
I travel this road every day. I know where the damn toll booth's at. And here's the crazy thing, this vehicle, 2022, I got the radio cut down. But when it comes to that, I don't even have on GPS, and it still tell me all this crap. But I ain't sweating that. But beside the point, like I said, fellas, don't let women shaming you in the feel that they're that special, they're worth more than you, that you have to take them to a fancy restaurant. That's the only way you can get to know them. That's entitlement right there. You feel entitled. You feel you're better than me. You think that I should jump over the bridge. I don't know you. I'm trying to get to know you. If we gonna keep that standards, I'm gonna be like, hey, ma, how about you come over? Let me see what them cheeks do. None of us should feel offended. That's what it takes. If I say that's what it takes of me to take you to a fancy restaurant, what's wrong with me saying that? What's wrong with me saying that? You had no problem with telling me that you don't want to go for coffee. You don't want to go for a walk when we're just trying to get to know each other. We don't know each other. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but it is what it is. It just made me think about it a little bit, guys.
And if I offended you, I am going to remind you in advance that I am very sorry and I apologize for the inconvenience of me not keeping up